Alright, hello Ultrasabers. My video review for the Phantasm V3. Here it is. This is what it looks like when it's all put together. I got mine with the flush vented silver coupler. I prefer this very much over the old vented couplers, which came out to like here. This is much better for wielding this thing without getting caught up on something as you're moving. I got one side with obsidian sound, the other side with no sound. Both sides have the lithium ion with the buck plug set up, and really the lack of soundboard on one side and the lack of speaker doesn't throw the balance off very much. Your balance point is still going to be pretty close to the middle, so if you're grabbing this in the middle, if you're trying to balance it on one finger, it'll be off to one side or the other, but if you're holding it, it really, you don't feel much of a difference. When they ship, it actually ships as two separate sabers in the same box, of course, but these are the Pommels. This is the solid Pommel. This goes on the side that I have with no sound. I ordered both sides with the solid Pommel because I already had a vented Pommel from another saber that I had ordered that I don't use this on anymore, but this is what the vented one looks like. It's basically the solid one with a big gaping hole in the middle. This will still hold your speaker in place. You don't have to worry about it because this rim right here holds the plastic frame of the speaker, so it's not touching the speaker. The speaker is still free to vibrate properly without being obstructed at all. But it's a very good design, very simplistic. Not good for 2-year-olds, which is why I took it off the other saber, because they like to poke things. But anyway, this is what it looks like when it's put together. I got mine in Sentinel Yellow. Got the blue AV switch. I would have liked the yellow one, but they don't have those for sabers that don't have the activation box, and they tend to only want to put them in the ones without sound, just because the way that they come, the way the extra color AV ones besides red, green, and blue are designed, they take up too much space, so they can't fit it in a saber with sound, even with the activation box, I guess. So I got blue. I got the limited edition hilts. You can see some of the gold inlays inside the grooves, and also at the top of the emitters. Also, when you unscrew the coupler or the pommels, you can see inside the bottom there's actually gold on the inside too, which I thought was an interesting little detail, because you're not going to see it unless you're taking the thing apart, but it's a nice touch. These are the 32-inch blades. These are the ones that come standard with the staves. I don't know if you can see how far back I am, but it's about how tall the thing is. Yeah, it's about how tall this thing is. I'm about 5'10", 5'11", somewhere around there, so this thing's a little taller than that. Spinning's decently comfortable, but I still have to hold the thing up here for it to not hit the ground. So if you prefer to do most of your work down here, you're going to want to get the initiate blades, which are 24 inches. Give you a little more room to work with. But I like the blade length. It's a decent height for me. Good. I'm out of practice, so my impromptu spinning is kind of sad. But anyway, that is the Phantasm V3. It's made out of 2 Eons. It's one of the most comfortable grips they have. Basically, as far as like heavy wielding and comfort of the hilts in your hand, the basic ones are the way to go. If you're going for something to carry around to look flashy, then the more expensive hilts are pretty good for that. I mean, they're very good. They look awesome. But some of them don't exactly feel as comfortable as the basic ones. So the basic designs are very good for wielding around, stunt work, all that. But as far as looking pretty, and these aren't ugly. I mean, these look nice. But the other one's got a little more, going on visually. But yeah, I love this design. Flush coupler is definitely a must for any staff. You can get the ones without the vents if you have, stunt only, no staff with no sound. Or you can just get the regular one, which will put the two hilts directly up against each other. You don't get as much length without the longer couplers, but it'll go together decently enough. But I definitely recommend, if you're going to get any kind of coupler that's going to add any sort of length, get the flush ones, because this works a lot better for the staff. You don't have that obstruction there. Anyway, I think that's it. Thank you and have a nice day.